In this video, we're going to be reading summer romance books in St. Lucia, so make sure you're subscribed because there's new videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, and I hope you guys enjoy. I made it to St. Lucia and I'm so excited because the view is incredible. It's very windy, but this is what it looks like from right outside my door. Now that I'm back inside, I'll give you guys a little tour. This is a living room. It's really cute. Yeah, this little dining room area. I had to turn down the like brightness or whatever, but you can see the kitchen has this incredible view of outside. But this is the cute little kitchen, the lovely bathroom, and the cute little bedroom. It's literally giving Florida to me. There's also another bedroom around this corner and an additional private bathroom. You guys have seen the Airbnb, which I think is so cute. It was literally like $400 for, I think I got it for the 1st through the 3rd. So it's like 2 full nights, which is literally wild because like the view and everything is amazing. There's also a pool, which I'll show you guys that later, but that's not the important thing. The important thing is I need to figure out what I want to read by the pool. So I actually saved this book so I could read it here because I wanted to like have like the summer vibes while I was like reading outside, but I also feel like this is gonna be a 5-star read, and I feel like reading books that are 5-star reads or get 5-star vibes or like close to it, the atmosphere makes it even better. So I wanted to bring this. Guys, I brought so many books with me, like so many. I'm only gonna show you like half of them and I'll show you guys the other half whenever I get to my next little like location, or maybe I'll just show them all because I just genuinely don't know what I'm gonna end up reading. So I actually started reading this on the plane. It's good. I'm about halfway through it. I'm on page 130. I always try to bring a thriller with me on vacation because I feel like, I don't know, on the planes I always just gravitate towards thrillers. I think it's because whenever I am on a plane, I don't really like people to see like that I'm reading spice, like, or anything with spice. And you guys know I don't read anything like with a ton of like wild spice, but I just need to like not have any. Like I don't need people to be reading that over my shoulder. So I have that, and then the rest of the books that I have are all romances. Now these are actually books that I brought and I picked out with like the TBR cards chooses my TBR. So if you guys missed that video, you guys should go watch it. But I brought Somebody's Wife by Bobby Renee. I guess you guys know the books that I have for vacation, but you don't know which ones I brought on this vacation because I actually have half of the books at home because I'm taking them on my Hawaii vacation. So I brought Somebody's Wife by Bobby Renee, and I'll link all these below. I actually heard about this book from A Dose of Books. She recommended this and she said it was like a 6-star read for her, so I cannot wait to read that. It's also a really short book. I also brought The Air He Breathes by Brittany Cherry. I love Brittany Cherry's books, and every single month I want to read something from her. This whole trip is literally just going to be reading and relaxation, so you guys are going to get like the full plethora, what's the word? Plethora, there we go. The full plethora of enjoyment with me because we're gonna be like just literally relaxing. I think we have one dinner planned and that's it. I think I'm gonna order like pizza tonight. Like I'm so serious. Like could I go off and like explore? Sure, but like I'm literally here by myself. The girls don't come in until later, so I just am probably gonna order in just because this is again my first like trip out of the country by myself. Comment below if you guys have ever been on a trip by yourself. Like it is definitely kind of jarring and a little like scary. I feel like once the other girls get here I'll feel like a little bit more comfortable, but this is like just my first time traveling on my own, other than like New York City and like places in the States, which I feel like the States don't worry me nearly as much because like I can order in food easily, like I can call, you know, I'm just like, I'm not out of the country. And also I don't have to worry about like not being able to get transportation and things like that. Like it just, the navigation system I think is easier for me in my head. So being out of the country like is definitely just different, but it's enjoyable so far. I just got here, so the getting here was not hard at all. So I have also heard this is one of the best places to travel, so I'm excited to like explore whenever I'm with the girls. But The Air He Breathes by Brittany Cherry, also brought that. Brought Picking Daisies on Sundays, and this is by Liana Sincotti. This looks like such a great book. It's a friends to lovers story. It's supposed to be like a soft romance. You guys know I love those. I also brought Keeping Keeping 13, yeah, it's a book 2 of the Boy the Tommen series. I want to read this because Taylor's already read it and she like says it's even better than the first one. Then I brought Expiration Dates, which this is a book I can probably read on the flight, just because there probably isn't gonna be like a ton of spice or anything in there. So yeah, is this overzealous like to have brought all these books? For sure, like absolutely. I'm only here for 5 days and I brought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books. Like, will I read all these? Probably not, but I always want to have options, and I'm glad that I brought all of these because I actually forgot my Kindle, which I never do. Like, I think I just literally forgot to put it in, and so I'm glad I brought all these, but I'm gonna see, like, I'm gonna pick out which book I want to bring down by the pool. I definitely want to bring one of the books I've already started. I've started obviously The Housemaid's Secret and Love You Always, and I think that this is gonna be the one I bring down because it's just like relaxing, and I feel like it'll be a good way to just like, I don't know, let my brain have a break. Like, this one isn't like scary or anything, but I feel like it's definitely a little bit more thrilling, and I only have one thriller. So like, if I'm in a thriller mood and I like finish this thriller, I don't have my Kindle, so I can't like download anything. So I want to kind of like savor this for when I'm like really in a thriller mood, and I'm definitely in like I don't really care what I read mood, so I think I'm gonna read this right now. Okay, I changed my mind that fast. I'm gonna bring down that other book, but I'm also gonna bring down this book. This is by Brittany Cherry. Like, her books always like hook me in super fast, and I also just like the color of it. Like, it's blue, it's giving summer vibes, even though I know it's not like a summery book. I feel like this one would be a good one to read.
Hello, Ramona. I can't shake the simplest feeling beyond the ghost. We stand on the opposite shore.
Good morning. I barely slept at all last night, and somehow I like don't, like I can't go back to sleep. And maybe it's the excitement of like being here and, oh, not me spilling all over the counter. Oh my gosh, not me literally like drinking tea also in the morning. Like, who am I? I feel like I'm literally my mother, which is kind of like, I'm gonna say kind of a flex, but not like a flex, but like, I feel like when we're younger, we don't want to turn into our parents, but then as we get older, like I feel pride and joy, like to be able to say that I'm more and more like my mom every day. But anyway, I didn't sleep like at all last night, and I think it was because I slept so much on the plane that by the time I got in bed, I just could not for the life of me go to sleep. So I think I'm going to, let's see how to work this microwave. Oh, okay, let me put this down. I gotta figure this out. I think I'm going to stay here because I don't know, I feel like I need to like learn how to relax, and that's something that's actually really hard for me to do. I genuinely think it's because I don't know, I have really wanted to make this career like something, you know what I mean? Like, so for years and years, I spent every weekend, every evening, like really building into this career, and it is what it is because of my hard work. But I also feel like a part of me is fearful that if I like slow down or relax or take time for myself, that like, I don't know, that career will not be there anymore. And that I think is just like imposter syndrome coming through to the max. But I really want this trip to be just like full of relaxation. Yesterday I was like, maybe I should go travel like around, you know, St. Lucia and like see what there is and like, you know, do all these touristy things. And I was like, no, like you literally were so excited to come on this trip just to read. Do that, like literally do that. So I think that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to take my book out onto the porch and read for a bit out there. I put a video on TikTok sharing like my 10, or was it? Yeah, it was on TikTok and Shorts, sharing like my top 10 favorite books, and this one was one of them. And I'm not even done. Like, I'm only 16 pages in, but I saved this book because I wanted to read it here because I know that it's gonna be 5 stars. And as I'm reading it, like, this author is doing such a good job of like creating so much angst. Like, I don't know if you guys remember in Love and Other Words, there's like a scene where they're like in the closet and the dad's gone for a little bit and they kind of like, you know, have like a little spice in that scene, and they're like very new to doing things together, and like you cannot create that feeling or like that nostalgic like first time with someone, like the first time jitters, like, and not even like first time like hooking up, like first time like just being like intimate in any way with a person. You cannot create that feeling without being like a really incredible author, and this author is doing such a good job of creating that like angst and that like young love feel. And it's going in the past and present timeline, and in the present you know that Jackson and what's her name, Avery? No, is that right? I think Avery's a sister, Parker. Jackson and Parker, yeah, Avery's a sister. Jackson and Parker are not together, but you don't know why. And then like it goes in the past and it shows like all these issues like as they're slowly developing, which is interesting because I feel like you don't see that enough in books where like the problems develop slowly. I feel like it's usually like, you know, I don't know, they're great and then someone has an anger issue and then all of a sudden like things are terrible. But like you can see the slow progression of like how Jackson is like changing over time. And then I just got to 117, and on this page literally they drop a freaking bombshell just like out of nowhere. And like I feel like authors usually will like tee up stuff like that. Like if a big like some big news is coming, like they'll kind of like, I don't know, I can't even explain how they'll do it. Like for example, if someone is I'm trying to think of something that like won't spoil this. If someone, I literally can't think of anything that's not going to spoil this book because there's so many like tropes in this book. But if there's some kind of big news that someone has to share with someone, usually like the author will kind of rev up for it. So like you kind of know that like something big is coming, like you're kind of like, what is it? No, this author did not do that at all. And you're just like, whoa, okay, I did not know that that was coming. And I kind of love that. I feel like you don't see that often in writing. Also, this book has an autism rep in it, which I think is really cool because I feel like you don't see that often in books. I obviously just read This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan and loved the autism representation in that book. And yeah, I just feel like I don't see that often in books. But this also has a like alcoholism representation. And I know one of you guys read Addicted to You, and you were telling me that I should read Addicted to You because it actually shows what it's like to struggle with alcoholism and how like it's so rare to see that in books, and how it's kind of like villainized and like all of that. And I don't think I've ever read a book like that shares like how hard that can be, and this book is really shedding light on that and like showing so much empathy for the character that's like really struggling with that. So I don't know, this author is doing such a good job of like not only creating the angst and like the soft cozy comfort vibes that like Love in Other Words gives, but it also she's also like talking about hard topics too. I will say the writing isn't super like the writing isn't hard to like read by any means. Like it's definitely like very easy writing, but I kind of feel like it reminds me in a sense, not the writing, but like the easy way of like reading. It reminds me of Love in Other Words because that's one of the books that I recommend the most to new readers because the writing is so easy to read. So yeah, also I feel like so many of you guys are gonna ask where I got this copy and this cover. I don't think that they sell this cover anymore. I'm pretty sure that they only sell the cover with the girl's face on the front, which you guys know how I feel about people's faces on the front of books, but honestly, girls don't bother me on the front of books. I think it's just guys. Like if a girl's on the front of the cover, I'm like, yes, queen, pop off. If it's a guy, I'm like, ugh. Like, I don't know if I'm the only one like that, but yeah, I'm really enjoying this, but I can only link the copy of the girl with her face on the cover. We're never gonna get through this book because it's only been a few pages and I'm already like wanting to say something again to you guys. This is why it would be so fun to like read together in person because I feel like if we all read together, we could like stop and be like, oh my gosh, and like say stuff, but I guess we probably wouldn't like do any reading. But on page 120, it's literally been like 3 pages. Parker's talking about how she was involved in something in college and she ended up quitting because she like wanted to have more time with Jackson. And I feel like that's so telling because I feel like so many women myself included, revolve their lives around the person that they're with when they're young. And I feel like whenever I was with my previous partner, and then when I first got together with Brady, I would do like the same thing. And it took me years to really be like so dependent. And like, obviously I'm on a solo trip now, like I'm, you know, here by myself. And I feel like it's just not talked enough about how we can wrap ourselves so much in someone that we lose ourselves. Like this quote says, nearly every decision that I made up until a few years ago was centered around you and our relationship. It was unhealthy. I was so obsessed with the idea of us and our future that I was willing to put my life on hold just to make sure we were solid. Between my classes, practices, and games, and everything I had going on, I really believe something had to give. And then I don't really want to like say anything else because I'm like trying not to spoil it for you guys, so you guys can go into this book with the same like open-mindedness that I have, and like not really knowing a ton about it, but I just feel like that happens so often in real life, and I love that the author is like really touching on that in this book.
Smile that makes the sun rise, you make it shine, but I can see that you don't realize, and that's what made me fall in love. 'Cause you've got style, the way your body keeps my heart beat sound, it's amazing all the time. You are the only thing I need in life. Oh, I want you, can't you see? I want you, I believe, 'cause I want you here with me. I'm gonna go crazy, I'm gonna go crazy for love. I look at you and know it's alright. You read my mind, but I can see that you don't realize, and that's what made me fall in love. 'Cause you've got
Getting ready to go to dinner, and I want to show you guys my outfit and what I'm wearing. I'm wearing this dress that's from I think I got it from Revolve or like Nordstrom, something like that. I will link it. I try to link all of my dresses if they're still available. A lot of the dresses that I wear are like seasons old, because like if I'm gonna spend a couple $100s on a dress, like you better believe I'm gonna wear that thing out and I'm gonna keep it for years. So a lot of the dresses I do have are like older, but I do think that I got this one last summer, so you might be able to link it. I really like it because it has this open back, but I'm not wearing a bra, which is so nice because these kind of like cinch here, and it gives like a little bit of support, and it's like high neck. I don't know, I really like it. But this is my outfit for tonight. I've really been into color lately, as you guys obviously know. It's wild because I didn't used to wear color at all, and now I'm wearing color all the time. I actually fell asleep while I was outside reading, not in the water, but I fell asleep like laying down on the like beach chair, and I burned. I can feel it like already. So it's literally the first full day and I'm already like burning to a crisp, which is fine because like I feel like whenever I go on like spring trips, that's usually whenever I like get the most sun, and then throughout like the rest of the summer I kind of like get a little bit more sun here and there, but like in the winter, I am like usually my lightest, and then that first trip that I get, I just freaking bake, like absolutely bake. I will say I forgot to bring sunscreen, which is like not good, but you know what, we'll be fine, because I did bring sunscreen for my face. It's over there, but I use Supergoop sunscreen. It's like a roll-on, so you don't have to worry about it like leaving a white cast on your face or anything like that. I really like it, and I've been using it for like I think 3 or 4 years now. Let me see if I can find it actually so I can show you guys. I don't know if I still have it, but I feel like it is the best sunscreen for black girlies because it doesn't leave a white cast. I don't even know if you guys can still hear me. Oh my god, I must have left it halfway in the room. Okay. Now we're literally leaving all the way to the other room. Like you guys are literally like in here with me. Okay, I found it. This is the stick. It's literally just like a little roll-on, and it leaves your face really glowy. It's called the Supergoop Glow Stick, and it has SPF 50 in it. So I roll it all over my face, leaves your face super glowy, and it's also like, well, you can't see that, but it's like translucent tone, like see-through, so you don't have to worry about it leaving a white cast. So yeah, anyway, that's what I use on my face. I've been using it for years, but getting ready to go to dinner. I'm trying to get back before dark. The dinner place didn't open or doesn't open until 6. So it gets dark at like 7:30. So I'm gonna probably try to eat like within the hour, but the person who's like the taxi driver who's dropping me off is also picking me up. Obviously this is my first solo trip out of the country by myself, but like even when I solo travel to like other cities by myself, I don't go anywhere at night by myself. Like that's one thing that I don't do. And yeah, does it like make the cutoff a little bit earlier, especially in like cities if like the time change hasn't like moved later, then yes, it definitely does. But I feel like for me, I just feel so much safer. I think the only place that I actually like walk around after dark is Chicago, and it's because I'm very comfortable with that area, and it's also 3 hours from my hometown, so I feel like if anything were to happen, like my family could literally just like drive up in a second, whereas here, like you're not gonna be able to catch a plane like fast. So yeah, anyway, I am still reading Love You Always, which is wild, but I actually ended up looking for this copy with this cover on like eBay and tons of used shops because I want to own the rest of the series in like this cover form. Like I don't want to have the other covers like looking different. So I ended up finding book 3 with this cover on, I think, eBay, and I'm gonna try to see if I can find book 2. Having the hardest time. I did see that the author, like she has book signings coming up, and I noticed that on her book signing table, she has tons of these covers on her book signing. So I think she actually has 4 book signings coming up. So if you guys are looking for like an angsty book, this book is so good. Like I'm loving it. I will say I thought that I would be done with it like literally like this afternoon, but I have just been like absolutely rotting in the best way. Like I fell asleep outside, like I got in the pool for a little bit, I read a little bit, but then I didn't read, and I was just like, my brain is literally empty, and I love that for me. I'm gonna try to read like a book a day. Will that happen? I don't know. Maybe like I can try to read like 6 books in 6 days or something, or like however long I'm here. I don't even know. I'm like flying by the seat of my pants here, but I do want to finish this maybe by tomorrow morning. I don't know, we'll see. But I did end up picking up Love You Till the End, which is Izzy and Gabriel's story, and then Love You Finally is Avery and Deacon's story. That's interesting. That's the second book. It's interesting that they have a book for Avery and Deacon and Izzy and Gabriel, but not for the other sister. I think her name starts with an M or something like that, like Marissa or Melissa. There's a lot of sisters in this book, but I guess I would have thought that she'd have a chapter or a book because like she's the one who's in a stable relationship, but maybe that's why she doesn't have a book, because she's in a stable relationship. Like, I don't know. I did find out that both of the other characters in the other 2 books are Black, but Parker and Jackson are not, which is interesting. I did not know that, like I knew that these books were written by a Black author, but I didn't realize that the main characters in these were not Black. I think that I just always instinctively think like, if it's written by a Black author, the characters are probably Black, until like I learn otherwise. But as I was reading, it said something about how like one of the sisters was adopted and how she was adopted into a white family, and obviously like she was adopted into Parker's family, so obviously Parker is white. She didn't say anything about Jackson, but I actually went online. It was like looking at people's like not fan cast, but like fan art of this book, and a lot of the people were like white, and then I went to her Instagram, was like looking on there, and like they were also white on there too. So that was good to know, so I can have like a visual in my brain. Doesn't really matter here or there. I just love supporting Black authors and like whatever they write. But I'm really excited to get into the other 2 sisters' stories, Avery and Deacon and Izzy and Gabriel, because both Avery and Izzy are Black. So anyway, obsessed with this story. It's so freaking angsty. There's so much drama. It would be such a good movie. Like in, you guys, you know in The Notebook, how they argue like children. Like they'll be like, what do you want? And then he'll be like, I want this. And be like, no, you don't. And she'll like slam the door and like run away and like scream. Literally, this is like that. Like literally it's like that. Like there's a point in the book when, what does she do? She goes, he's like not texting her back, and I need to check my phone to make sure that the driver's not coming soon, but okay, still have some time. But he was not texting her back, and her sister was like, oh, he's over at this party, and she's like, oh no, he isn't. And so she like gets in her little Ugg boots and like a hoodie and just stomps on over to the party, and she's like, you freaking liar, da da da, like, and just, it is, and it's not even a toxic romance, like, granted that isn't healthy, but like you can see in the past and present timeline that they are so just like immature, and like he's going through a lot of stuff, and so like the way he's handling it isn't healthy, but like it feels very real, because like I think back to when I was like 19 and 20, like y'all, I used to be so annoying, like so annoying. I'm like, how are Brady and I still together? Like, because I was so annoying, like, and they like always wanted to be together, and like in the book she was like telling him like, you need to work on this, you need to work on this, and like obviously he does, like he has all these things he needs to work on, but he's like, every time I'm around you, you're like nagging me, you're acting like you're like my parent, like you're telling me what to do, and like she's like, I'm just trying to better your life. He's like, can't we just have fun? Like so many real arguments that I feel like younger couples have, really any couple, but especially like younger couples, that you're like kind of figuring each other out and figuring yourself out. So you get to see them in high school, you get to see them before high school as friends, you get to see them in college, then you get to see them after, you get to see like what pulls them apart, all the things. It's just really, really, really good so far. So I'm really excited to dive even more into this tonight. Hopefully I'll finish it by tomorrow morning.
I could sit around and wait all day. You lay easy on my mind, like a candle I just burn away. All we really have is time. All we really have is time. I don't wanna waste it on anybody, take it with anybody but you. I don't wanna.
Good morning. I just got done working out, and it was really nice to move my body because I haven't done that since I first got here. I was kind of like thinking I was going to do it yesterday, that I ended up not like working out, and I kind of wish that I did, because normally I stick to like a Tuesday through Friday schedule, and I was like, oh, I'm on vacation. I feel so much better now that I move my body, and it's just because like I was sitting so long on a plane, and then like after you sit for a while, like you just kind of feel like lethargic and like tired and stuff. And when I got moving, it wasn't even a super long workout. I did like abs for 10 minutes. So I did a plank for a minute, and then I would switch over to flutter kicks, and I did that back and forth for 10 minutes. And then I did 4-minute rounds of where I would do up downs, which are kind of like a burpee, but like you don't actually go full to the ground. And then I did 10 of those. I did 20 of those, and then I did 10 stair jumps. So I jumped up onto the stairs, and then I did 10 push-ups, and then I would do 20 air squats, and I did that in like one 4-minute round, and I did that 6 times. So yeah, it just was a really good workout. I did six rounds of that. Yeah, it was a really good workout. I feel like I definitely want to continue working out while I'm here, but we'll see like if I can actually keep up with my regular schedule. But we kind of have a dilemma, not like a real dilemma, but like a fake dilemma. I have to tell you that first so you guys don't get like stressed out, because it's like not a real dilemma. We have not finished any books yet. So I'm going to jump into another book, which I probably shouldn't, because I think the reason I haven't finished anything is because I'm reading 2 books already. I'm reading The Housemaid's Secret, and I'm also reading Love You Always, but why not? Why not add in a little bit of zest? I think I'm going to start, I don't know, I have The Air He Breathes by Brittany Cherry, which I've really been excited to start her series. And then I have Somebody's Wife by Robbie Renee. This was recommended by A Dose of Books. She has a TikTok and Instagram, and she gives really good book recs by Black authors. These are both by Black authors, but I think I'm gonna read this one because Love You Always is by a Black author, but it's about characters that aren't Black. And I just need to get a little bit of culture, a little bit of spice, a little bit of zest. So I think I'm going to read this. It's only 200 pages. And this was like a 6-star read for her, so I feel like it will be a really good one. Also, one thing that's so funny is that last night while I was reading Love You Always, the girl who was like taking my order or like bringing my check and stuff at the end of the night, she was like, what are you reading? And I was like, oh, I'm reading Love You Always by Lauren Lacey. She was like, oh my God, it looks good. Like, obviously you can't put it down. I was like, no, I literally can't put it down. And I was like, you know, it's by a Black author. She's like, oh my God, no way, I'm gonna have to pick it up. She's like, I've been trying to get back into reading. And I was like, well, what are you reading? She's like, oh, I'm reading the book by Jeanette McCurdy, I'm Glad My Mom Died. And I was like, oh, I heard that one's really good. And I just like love talking to bookish people. And I think it's because like people who read books, like I already feel like I know her, even though I don't know her. Like I feel like I know about her just by knowing her book interests. And I feel like, I don't know, like I feel like she's maybe an intellectual and likes to learn, likes to grow, like, you know, and maybe that's not even like the case, but I just feel like you can learn so much by figuring out people's book taste. It is so windy outside, so I can never really vlog outside just because like literally the wind is wild, but I love it because it is so hot. It's like almost 90 degrees. I think it's like 87. It was 87 yesterday too. So it makes it really enjoyable to be outside because even when you're like sitting under the hot scorching sun, the breeze is consistent. And I feel like whenever I go and like travel to like Mexico and stuff, there's like no breeze and you just absolutely roast, which I still love Mexico. You guys know I go every year. I'm going again in May. But I think what's cool about this island is like, the breeze is so constant that it's like very, very, very enjoyable to be outside. Like you don't even think about like the UV rays or like the heat or anything while you're outside. But yeah, let's head outside and start reading this book and I'll give you guys an update. We're actually heading over to the second Airbnb today and I'm really excited because we're going to meet up with the girls. Again, this is a bachelorette party that is just full of relaxation and I love that. Lynn is a big like fantasy reader, so like maybe once we get there we can like ask her what she's reading and she can like give us like a little what's it called, a little snippet into like the book because I know so many of you guys like fantasy. I kind of wanted to get her Powerless by Lauren Roberts because I feel like she would like that because she's a big fantasy reader and she had never heard of it. We actually were just talking about this not that long ago and like how there's so many books out there and so many incredible books out there that like you probably have a 5-star read that you haven't even read yet. Like, isn't that the coolest freaking thing? Like 10 years from now, you're gonna have read so many good books that you know nothing about now. So anyway, I just think that that's cool. But we're gonna meet up around like 3. So I have a few hours, but it is like an hour drive to get there. So I'm gonna try to like read in the car for a little bit. Thankfully, I don't get like car sick or anything, but I know a lot of people that do, so I'm like so thankful for that. I'll probably read in the car and then I'll also like read outside too.
Side by side we sway there in all the colors. Summer love, lonesome dove, folded on the lawn chair in all the colors. Summer love.
I just got to the villa and I'm actually shook. Like I want to bring Brady back here. It is so pretty. This is the view. Like literally you can see the ocean is right behind and I'm gonna show you guys inside. Okay, can we first talk about the all white? I am absolutely obsessed. They have tons of books here, which I'm gonna go through those in a second because I wanna see what they have. They have a stairwell down here and upstairs. Go around the corner, you can see the blue ocean. Guys, I'm shook. This view is wild. Can you imagine all the books that I can read out here? This is the kitchen. It's so bright and it leads right out into the backyard. Just sprinkled a little bit, so they took off the little like cushions because they didn't want them to get wet, but they said that we can just like put them back on because it's done sprinkling now. I think I'm gonna put this back on so that these can be like, everything can be done when she gets here. Just want it to be so perfect. This is the perfect bachelorette location. I also love that she decided to do what she wants to do, you know, like she's just very much like a chill, like relaxed type of vibe. And it's so cool that she wanted to just chill and relax. That's so cool. Try to get these on the best I don't know. I love these cushions. I kind of want to get these for our house, to be honest. No, but like actually, can we talk about this view? Like I'm not leaving. Like there is no point for me to go on the beach when it's right there. I also love how it's open to the kitchen, so you can like have food and stuff here and then like serve it out. I want to go upstairs and see Lynn's room, so we're gonna go up there and see what the room looks like. Its own private bathroom. The room is so cute. I love the decor in here. It also has an incredible view of the water. It also has a walk-in closet, and then there's like a little window over there. This is literally giving Mamma Mia. Let's go back downstairs. Let's see what the other rooms look like. This one has a cute little shared bathroom. I love this huge shower. There's also a huge mirror too. This is the other room. It's so cute. This one has a great view of the ocean as well. This is the other room. It's so cute. I love the balcony so much. Like I am definitely gonna sit out here and like read. There's a little chair. I'm for sure gonna be out here in the mornings. Like look at this view, guys. I had to sit down on this little floor so I can show you guys what books are in this little library. The owner, she was saying that the books she got were literally because people just like left books and then they just started adding more books. I'm like, let's make it into a library. But they have Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. They have State of Terror by Louise Penny. This is supposed to be like a thriller. It says a pulsating thriller from People. They have Trust by Hernan Diaz. They have The Book Woman of Troublesome Creek. These are all like books I have not read except for Daisy Jones and the Six. I did read that one. We Begin at the End by Chris Whitaker. The Appeal by Janice Hallett. I love coming into like little like rentals or whatever and like seeing what gems like people are reading, because I feel like most of these that were probably left, like people were obviously reading. They have The Island by Ellen Hildebrand. I feel like everywhere, like every time I go to a beachy like type place, there's always an Ellen Hildebrand book or Elin Hildebrand, and I've never read anything of hers. They also have Lost Apothecary. Let's see, there's so many books in here. Her Mother's Hope by Francine Rivers and Anatomy of Scandal by Sarah Vaughan. This is actually a Netflix movie. It says some people's secrets are darker than others. Ooh, you want to believe your husband. She wants to destroy him. Ooh. Sophie Whitehouse has a lovely home, two adorable children, and a handsome, successful husband. In other words, she has a perfect life, but everything changes the night her husband, James, comes home and makes a shocking confession. Suddenly, her neat and ordered world is turned upside down. Did she ever really know the man she married or herself? This looks good. I might have to look this up. Oh my gosh, and Lisa Jewell said that she liked that book, which you guys know I'm not like obsessed with Lisa Jewell, but that is a good thing to know. How a Heart Beats by Elise Kay. I own a book by Elise Kay, I think. It says people in the business of saving lives live by two rules. Never tempt the juju. Ish happens in threes. When sassy sleep-deprived ER nurse Olivia is charmed awake by sexy trauma doc Anderson Cole, it's 360 joules of instant sizzle and swoon, but with their own personal wounds barely stitched together, the couple struggles to reconcile their past heartaches, making a fairy tale ending about as unlikely as a Chicago Cubs World Series win. Okay, leave the Cubs out of this. Yet for Liv and Andy, a happily ever after is only a heartbeat away until a deadly contagion infiltrates the emergency room. Together, Dr. Cole and Nurse Aberdeen must battle their bad juju and the rule of threes after Andy's decision to save one life could cost Olivia her own. Wow, I've never heard of that. Also, The Heaven and Earth Grocery Store by James McBride. So some of these are pretty new. Like, this is like literally just came out not that long ago, I'm pretty sure. Then we also have, let's see, other stuff in here. The book Woman's Daughter by Kim Michelle Richardson. The Paris Detective by James Patterson. I feel like I always find a good James Patterson book every time I'm looking through bookshelves at like beach houses. Also have Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. They didn't put the cover on it, but I'm kind of here for it. This is like, I don't know, it's giving it like a vibey book. So Close to Home, a true story of an American family's fight for survival during World War II. Then I think we're at the very last. They have these in the corner. Absolute Power by David Balducci and Violets Are Blue by James Patterson. I think that little haul was really fun. I love seeing what books are under these little shelves. Oh my gosh. Where did you put on all the products? This is so cute. Where did you find this?
Oh, it smells so good.
I got it at, Grace, where were we?
Urban Outfitters.
Urban Outfitters.
This is so cool. I love that it has like all the
love that
changes.
smell.
Yeah, it's their like kind of iconic smell. I really love their Blue Boy candle. It's my favorite.
Oh, is this what you're talking about? Or
Yeah, I haven't used that before.
Anytime they have a sale, I got like 80 of those.
They're expensive stuff. How are you getting Glossier? Like, this is, thank you. We're getting ready to change into our swimsuits and I want to show you guys what we got in our little bags. First, let's start out with how cute this bag is. It's from L Bean. It's so structured. I'm going to use this so much. Like, imagine how many books I can put in here, like, because it's structured. Like, that's what I love. She got us this little kit right here and I just took like the front off of it, but it has like sunscreen in it. There's also like lotion and all kinds of sprays, and then she got us this little personalized koozie and then a little beach towel and some liquid IV.
I watch you as you drive. Do you know I'm looking? And I can't help but smile. Do you know how much I love you? You put my favorite song on. I put my feet up and we just sing along. And I can't help but feeling just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay
I had such a great
here?
workout this morning and now I am exhausted. No, I'm just kidding. I am getting ready to go upstairs and we're gonna have like a little paint day. We're all gonna, I think, paint Lynn's fiance, and his name's Jake, and I'm really excited because I think that that's such like a fun little activity. She has all these like paints and stuff, but yeah, let's head up there now. You're giggling over there. I need to see what it looks like so far. Let me see.
Here we go.
Oh my god, yours looks so good. God, how are you guys so good at this? And then yours looks so good too.
He looks like a, he's someone in prison going to the gym.
Wait, hold it up, let me see. Guys, you don't even want to see mine. This is
I like
mine.
yours. I love it.
Looks
He's a
like
pirate.
a Muppet.
I can promise you 110% that's gonna be Jake's favorite song. He's going to enjoy it.
This is so bad. Oh, this looks good. I like this. Looks way better than mine.
Just make sure you scrub that out of the shower. I will go get my like nails done and I have like dried paint under my fingernails and I'm like, this isn't dirt. I swear it's just paint. I promise I'm clean.
It's always like my biggest fear. I like scrub my nails before I go get them done.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, there's no dirt under
I go,
here.
your nails look great though. Thanks. How deep does this go? Are you guys touching the ground?
Yeah, I think
I just get like
5
exposed
6
or something. That'd be like about 2 inches. I put my tippy toes.
Yeah.
I'm about to short me.
Are you 5'6"?
I'm 5'7".
Okay.
5'7", 5'8".
5'8". Okay, that's pretty.
You're not. I'm like, yeah, 5'7". It depends on who's like measuring me because I've had like nurses say I'm 5'8" and nurses say that I'm 5'6.5". So I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, I could definitely.
Sorry.
No,
go ahead. When you go to the bathroom, they're like, how tall are you? Like, I don't know. I haven't been measured since I was like 12. Will you
Also,
do it
like,
for
I don't
me?
want to be weighed. So
Yeah.
leave me alone.
In 2027, yeah, we're going to Japan.
Are you really?
That is not weird. This is like we're manifesting.
but
Okay.
like kids will be in school full time. Yancel's got 1 more year, half day pre-K, and then so like we only like a couple of hours.
Yeah.
How long would you guys go for?
I don't know, because I would want to do, it's one of those things that's like, once you're over there, do you need to do it
Right.
all?
Yeah.
So like we really want to go to Okinawa, which is like the southern tip. It's like
Yeah.
the Hawaii of Japan.
Yeah.
But then I'd also love to go way up north where they have a lot of the temples and stuff.
Yeah.
So.
It's a military base too.
Yeah.
And I'd like to do some of the like city stuff too,
Yeah.
but not as long. Like
Yeah.
maybe just like 1 or 2 days.
2 days
Yeah.
in Tokyo.
I feel like you have to go to Tokyo.
Oh, for sure. If you're already over there.
Yeah. That's how I feel about like our honeymoon is like, everybody's like, Rome is fine, but don't spend a lot of
Yeah.
time there.
Yeah,
like,
I heard that too.
I
They're
like,
like-
the countryside, but then there's also like what's there necessarily to
Ooh,
do
those
besides
boats.
like drive through.
Oh, those are cool. Oh my god.
Can you see hands from up?
Yeah. Those are like from movies.
Yeah. Where'd you go in Germany? Did you go to Munich?
Yeah, Munich.
I love Munich.
Like literally the most like famous place out there. I'm like, what?
We
Yeah,
went-
Munich, and then for part of the trip we went to Venice. Like we left.
Yeah, yeah.
It was like I think $100 flight or something to go to Venice from there. I'm
I
like,
know. It's like once you go to Europe, it's almost
I don't
like
think you
wish
go
I was
anywhere. Yeah.
My best friend from undergrad and I went to Europe, and I wanted to go to Paris, and she wanted to go to London, and then we just like tacked on Munich, and Munich ended up being both of our favorites.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the Midwest, like the vibe, like the people.
Did you go to that big park where
They have the pretzels and stuff.
it was huge, and we did a bike tour, and you could be nude in the park.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yeah. We went there. Well, we were just like hanging out, and so we're like walking. We didn't know that you could be nude.
Yeah.
And we go and we're like, people are like naked, and they're just like,
Oh yeah.
no, but they're like not even like they had like picnics, like they're just
But it was
like
a huge
naked people
park.
just doing regular things. And Brady and I were like, how do you sit there on a picnic blanket and just like eat with your friends and you're just like not wearing clothes? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
That was the first time I learned about the nude or nude whatever in St. Louis.
There's a new
Wait, in
There's
St.
a-
Louis?
There's a nude bike ride in St. Louis, and I was walking out of oh my god, Rosalita's? Is that it? Like the downtown Mexican restaurant? There's just like naked people on the street, and I'm like, what's happening right now?
Naked? Like, how
They're
did they
full
get
naked.
away with that?
So
Like,
it
for
was
real?
originally a protest.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know what the protest was about, but then it just like evolved into this like not legal but nobody stops them
Okay.
event where they like a lot of people aren't naked, some people are just topless, but
Okay.
some people are just full nude, old men.
Why is it always the old
I'm like 3 margaritas in walking out and I'm just like, what is happening out here?
But like, why is it always the old
Right,
men?
it is always the old men. They can't wait.
You guys have very niche hobbies. I love it. Like you loving Muppets. And like, what was the other thing you talked about last night? The little
Oh, Fushi.
Yes, I was like, what is this? Like, I've learned about so many niche, like little niche things that you guys love. It's like so.
should we just take a trip to like all I want to do is like talk about trips. We should just go to Disney.
Yeah.
You just got done with painting. I have to show you guys my picture because it looks kind of wild. This is the picture that I drew. We used acrylics and I'm so bad at it, but I've been really trying to get back into like things that I loved as a kid and just like do more hobbies that are like fun, but I don't know how to like learn those hobbies, you know what I mean? I feel like so many of us are in our hobby era. Like we are getting back into things that we loved as a kid. I mean, like this is giving child. And Skillshare is the largest online learning platform and it has hundreds and hundreds of classes that you can like learn from, and I think that they have really good teachers that I feel like are very invested in the things that they're sharing. The first thing I'm going to do when I get home is take the class called Explore Acrylic Painting as an absolute beginner, and they also have tons of classes like crocheting, cooking, photography, guided journaling, how to read faster, and so much more. I don't know, I just like really am excited to like learn more about like acrylic painting, but also other hobbies too. Like they have like a knitting class that you can take. So if you guys are wanting to like get in your hobby era too, the first 500 besties that go over to Skillshare and my link below will get a free month of Skillshare. So if you guys are wanting to like join in on the fun, click the link below. I will link it in my description if you guys want to get in your hobby era. This part of the video is sponsored by Skillshare, and let me know if you guys end up becoming like a part of Skillshare and like learning from them. Oh my god, literally the cab is here, we gotta go. This is the last day and I realized I never showed you guys what everyone is reading. Okay, what are you guys reading?
I'm reading the newest Sarah J. Maas, Crescent City.
That book is huge.
It's taking me a while.
How far? Oh my god, you're pretty far actually.
Yeah, I'm in the last section.
Oh
so.
shoot.
And don't mind my sister coming.
That's cute, that's cute. And which one are you reading?
I'm reading Daughter of the Moon God.
Oh, I forget, both of you guys are fantasy girlies.
Yeah.
I love that. And what are you reading?
I'm reading The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo.
Ooh.
So.
I feel like there's who else is reading that? Oh, Lindsay.
Lindsay,
Yeah.
yes.
I'm gonna go find her book too. Okay, I already know what you're reading, but what are you reading?
The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo.
The reason I know what you're reading is because every second I see you, you're reading this book.
I am.
Is it really good?
It is. I
Yeah.
enjoy it a lot.
Last call, last order.
I made it back to Brady's parents' house and I'm unpacking to repack for our next trip. We literally leave tomorrow morning at super early. I think we have to be at the airport at like 5 a.m. or something, or like 4:30. But I wanted to give you guys a little recap on the books that I ended up finishing. I ended up finishing The Housemaid's Secret by Frida McFadden. This was not my favorite of hers. I feel like the first half was really good, or the first half wasn't really good, and then this last half was really good. I feel like the first half I was really bored for probably like 160 pages, like a full half of the book, and then the ending I just flew through, like ate up. And I feel like the pacing of the ending, if it had been like that through the whole book, it probably would have been like 4.5 stars. But because the pacing at the beginning was like not as fast, I don't know, wasn't obsessed with it. I still have a ton of books that I brought with me that I didn't end up reading, so I'm gonna try to decide if I want to bring those with me to our next trip. We're going to another beach trip. Then I also ended up finishing Love You Always, which this book has had some love. Look at it, literally, like I have taken this and bent it up and loved on it so much. I just love this book. I am gonna rate this book 4.5 out of 5 stars, which is literally one of the highest ratings that I've had for a book that is not like in a series in a long time. Like I cannot think of the last time that I had a book rated that high that wasn't like a part of a series that I already loved. I already bought the 3rd book in this and I can't wait to buy the 2nd book. I'm trying to find the 2nd book with this cover. I just haven't found it yet, but I did find the 3rd book with this cover. This didn't give me the 5-star feeling. You guys know what that feeling is like when you just know, like you know it's 5 stars. Like the whole time I was reading, I kept going back and forth between like, ooh, like I'm kind of getting that feeling, and then I would be like, oh, I don't have it, and I do, and then I don't. But definitely 4.5 out of 5 stars. Very, very close to being a 5-star. I think the only thing that kept it from being a 5-star is because like and this is gonna sound weird, but there was no miscommunication, and like it gave soap opera vibes, but in the best way. Like you guys know that movie that came out on Valentine's Day with Sydney Sweeney? You know what I'm talking about. Like so many people didn't like that movie because they were like, it was so cheesy, like it just gave like fake Hallmark vibes. Like that's what this book gave, but that's what I wanted. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys come back for the next one, and make sure you guys click the link below from Skillshare if you guys want to get into your hobby era like me. Hopefully I can do acrylics and drawing a lot better than I did this time around. And yeah, I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.